Okay, I just want to talk about different ways to assess students' learning without using the traditional paper pencil method. One way is use the whiteboard. It's very easy to check answers. However, you cannot have a lot of material on it, and the content is very complex. You cannot really provide structure on the whiteboard. And once you erase, the next class will have actually nothing to rely on. So that is the pros and cons for a for a whiteboard. Then we can talk about transparencies. There are two kinds of transparencies. Transparency is a very effective tool. You can use that to present your material, and also you can have students write on the transparency and present that to the class. But the problem is that you still cannot provide anything directly on it. If you do, you have to make a copy of that, and that if you have a class, a pretty big size, you have to make 30 transparencies, and you cannot reuse them besides that particular content. So I think now I have learned to use the sheet covers, and what I can do is I can give them more structure, I can give them more directions. They can use directions and come up with a graph, for example, and students can still use that as transparency. So once they're done with the graph, they can still take out the paper, and their writing will be on it, and you can still present that. So that's actually saves, it's cost effective because you don't have to make so many copies on the transparency, but you can also provide the structure. Another good thing about this is that you can make the front and the cover. There are actually two exercises on one, using one sheet cover. And let's say if you have only 3-minute transition between two classes, you can make one copy front and back, and you don't have to erase anything. You can just go directly to the back. So students you don't lose minutes, and you don't have to worry about cleaning like 30 transparencies. So I think these 3 ways are pretty neat, pretty interesting for me. So.